stopping by yet again another Massachusetts Beer Reviews channel of YouTube episode. I am Thomas Meadow75, and this is your Massachusetts Beer Reviews. And yes, this is Guinness West Indies Porter, as purchased in the Guinness Brewmasters Collections Variety 12-pack, which included this Guinness West Indies Porter, another 3.8% porter, the name escapes me right now, a Guinness Foreign Extra Stout, which I do believe I've had once many years ago, but I do look forward to drinking that one again, and their Guinness Draft in the bottle. Now, for some reason, only in the United States is the Guinness West Indies Porter available in a 11.2 ounce rip-off European-style bottle. This is considered a English-style porter beer. It is on 6% alcohol by volume, I believe. And according to the bottle of the beer, this is a part of the Brewers Project, which is a group of enterprising brewers on a quest to explore new recipes, reinvent old ones, and collaborate freely to bring new ideas to life. A style with origins from our brewers' diaries date back to 1801, West Indies Porter is a complex yet mellow. West Indies Porter is complex yet mellow, hoppy with notes of toffee and chocolate. This one is a product of Ireland, and it's imported by Diageo, the owners of the Guinness brand, at the Guinness USA, which is located in Norwalk, Connecticut. Now, I guess this one, well, it's got a lot code on it, and it says the time of the day, but it doesn't tell me, unless I know anything about the Guinness lot codes, when it was brewed, so I'm not really that picky about it, but you gotta give me something that I can understand there. But anyways, yeah, this beer, the West Indies Porter, apparently, the mother of all, they say, of their exported beers to the West Indies and the Caribbean-style areas was that Foreign Extra Stout. But this was found in a diary from people that brought beer to the Caribbean islands, some English people, and they were looking to brew something that would withstand that voyage. So this thing was created by Guinness around that time. Again, I've not had this West Indies Porter before, so I look real forward to that. Here is the awesome old school Guinness type cap. It says, trademark 1759, St. James Gate, Dublin. That was when Sir Arthur Guinness in 1759 signed their 10,000-year lease on the St. James Gate Brewery or something crazy like that. So this is just going in a standard pint glass. That's what I had my last beer review in. Don't know how big of a head this is going to pour, but look at that. It does its thing well. It's not entirely black as night. You might be able to see some ruby red tinges, which is exactly what I'm seeing in the beer. And some popping and fizzing, yep, and it's got that mocha khaki colored, about 3 or so fingers of very creamy, fluffy looking head. And more in the bottle. There it goes. Got the 11.2 ounce rip-off bottle in there. 6%. Let's get a nose on the West Indies Porter. I am curious. There's a lot of chocolate, darker baker's type chocolate. There's definitely some roasted type malts, roasted barley malt. Definitely some medium roasted coffee notes as well. Definitely a fruited quality, kind of like the Guinness Extra Stout. More like a plum or a raisin. And I want to say there's like a, I don't know how to describe it, like a, I don't want to say chalky, that's not quite right, but there's a yeasty component that's showing itself. Maybe that's, I'm not sure. There's definitely a biscuity, brown bready kind of notes in there too. Definitely very malty and chocolatey. And it's got those fruit notes. Much like a Guinness Extra, really. So, let's get we got the nose. Let's get that taste. I am excited. West Indies Porter from Guinness. Dates back to 1801, folks. It's got a nice carbonation zing, actually. And I'm getting slight kind of charred, burned notes. There is definitely those charred, woody, I guess woody notes. Yeah, charred, woody, burned, kind of burnt, sugary notes in there. It's not quite an imperial stout, no, but it's got a heftier, sugary note to it, and it's almost like a caramelized kind of sugary note. And I guess that burned kind of note is a light smoke. Definitely the darker baker's chocolate. Definitely a medium roasted coffee note. Definitely there are all kinds of roasted and smoky type notes in there. There's even a little bit of a Rauch beer, kind of a bacony pork thing, but very light, not as heavy as a Rauch beer from Germany at all. But that really is kind of what it reminds me of, is a smoked porter type product. It's very light on those smoked woodsy notes, but that's what I'm getting mixed in with some chocolate. There's a little bit of that yeasty thing that I want to say is chalky in a way, but it's very, very difficult for me to describe that sort of yeasty flavor that I'm getting out of the brew. No charge for that burp. And there's definitely towards the end of that, before it dries out somewhat, there's again that raisin or plum or fig or some kind of a darker fruit quality to it. But again, very similar notes to me from the Guinness Extra. This one, I would say, is the same kind of a thing in its mouthfeel and in the quality of the beer. It's medium. It's pretty crisp, actually. It does dry, so it's, I guess you could consider that clean. Is this refreshing? I'm not, for me, but maybe some that just love imperial stouts could find this refreshing, but I mean, are just junkies for that style. But not for me. It's not too refreshing for me. Yeah, I think its main difference, if I can remember correctly, from the extra stout, for me in the flavor, this has more of a smoked kind of a characteristic to it in the malts. Which, if that's more of your thing, seek out this West Indies Porter, but both are great, and I would highly recommend either or of beers. This is definitely a high. I'm probably going to give this, I'll give it an 85 for now. I think it throws me off a little bit on those roasted malts, on those kind of smoky notes to it. But maybe that's exactly how they got this beer to be preserved on those wooden ships for as long as they probably were there in voyage to the Caribbean islands into the West Indies. So I'm going to give that an 85. I think overall as a beer, it's stellar. once again, I don't mean to call beers absolutely world class all the time, but if it's a good one, if it's a good beer, I'm going to tell you that. If it's a bad beer, I'm going to tell you that. It doesn't matter what the hell it is. Bottle is definitely cool. It's got an old school kind of look to it. It's sort of, I guess it's like a, I don't want to say wax, but it's got like a laminate kind of a look to the, it's got a laminate feel to the labeling. It's kind of cool. Old school Guinness. Reimagined for today's market. I like it. High B+. Or, yeah, high B. So, that was the West Indies Porter. Thank you for watching the Massachusetts Beer Reviews channel of YouTube. Until next time, keep tasting those great beers. Cheers. See you soon.